Hello and welcome back to Barça Admirers. In today's episode, we have lined up for you some of the latest and most important news roundups about Barcelona in the first half, while in the later half of this video, there are some crucial transfer news and rumors that you cannot afford to miss out on. So watch this video till the very end without skipping. Now before we begin, if you are new to our channel, then please subscribe to us and hit that bell icon if you like our content. Now that's enough talk, let's get things started without any further delay. For today's first news roundup, we have confirmation via Spanish outlet Mundo Deportivo that Lionel Messi will break his silence on rumors regarding his future on Saturday during an interview with Ole, an Argentine daily sports newspaper. We are all looking forward to it. For today's next news roundup, we have a comment by former Barcelona manager Ernesto Valverde. Speaking in an interview with Cadena Ser, Valverde said that Messi was the best player that he has ever managed in his life, and that later on he will tell all his grandchildren that there was once a player who was able to dribble past 7 players and score effortlessly, and they would tell him that he was talking nonsense. On being asked about his removal as the manager of Barcelona, Valverde said that the dismissal of coaches in world football is very common. One can win many times, but when lost, coaches are the first one to be replaced and blamed. The demand is very high and the public demands changes whenever there is a loss. For the next news roundup, we have official confirmation by the club that goalkeeper Marc-Andre ter Stegen has undergone a therapeutic procedure on his patellar tendon of his right knee today by Dr. Hakan Alfredson. He is out and the evolution of his recovery will mark his return. This was a similar problem that he faced at the beginning of the 2020-2021 season as well, something which kept him out until the first El Clasico. Next up, we have a comment by former Barcelona and Argentina legend Javier Mascherano. When he was asked about Aguero's signing to Barcelona, he replied that obviously for all of the people who love Barcelona, they are very excited and they hope that this will happen. He personally thinks that it would be a great signing both for the club as well as for the player. For the following news roundup, we have a report by journalist Santi Ovalle, and it states that the club wants to discuss yet another pay cut with the heavyweights in the dressing room. This would be the third pay cut being forced upon the players in the past 12 months, and it is not looking good. The players do not understand why there are talks of signings like Haaland, while the current players are being compelled to accept reduced salaries. There is certainly a sense of resentment growing in the squad. Now if this report is indeed true, then I am sorry, but I do not agree with any of the senior players. It was found that Barcelona's wage bill is at least 20% higher than the limit set by La Liga, and Bartomeu may have been a terrible negotiator, but the present board has indeed found out in an internal audit that Barcelona pay their players much higher wages than other top-tier European clubs. And on what grounds exactly are the so-called heavyweight players demanding more money while they are already being overpaid? Except a few, most of our senior players have contributed nothing to the club in the past few seasons. This is absolutely shambolic behavior. They, in my opinion, should take a pay cut and reduce their salaries. Moving on to the next news roundup, several reliable German outlets have now confirmed that Hansi Flick is in no way related to Barcelona. He is all set to become the manager of the German national team once he gives up his current post at Bayern Munich. Moving on to the next news roundup, we have a report by Spanish outlet Mundo Deportivo that states that next week Barcelona president Joan Laporta will meet up with manager Ronald Koeman, and the latter's future will most likely be clarified then. However, firing Ronald Koeman would cost the club 7.5 million euros, as he still has one more year left on his contract at Barcelona. Next up, we have a really speculative report by journalist Francesc Aguilar. It states that Frank Rijkaard has appeared as a possible replacement for Ronald Koeman as the manager of Barcelona, and Laporta's idea is to have Rijkaard as the coach with Xavi Hernandez as his assistant and future successor once Rijkaard steps down from the managerial post. Up next, we have a report by Spanish outlet Goal that states that Ronald Koeman could introduce several changes in the starting 11 for the last game of the season against Eibar. That is so far confirmed because the main goalkeeper ter Stegen is out with an injury, while Pedri has been already sent on vacation to prevent him being overworked. The next news roundup is a massive update on the current situation of Barcelona, and this is a report by Spanish outlet Sport. Barcelona have prepared themselves for a major squad overhaul to begin the new cycle next season. The sacred cows of the squad need to accept an important wage reduction, or they simply will be shown the door. They are no longer untouchables at the club. Barcelona are confident that they will receive many millions from an important sale in this summer. Now, the re-election of Joan Laporta as the president of Barcelona is one of the major reasons why the fans might just expect many of the major changes to occur in this summer. President Laporta considers that the dressing room has lost the winning spirit that existed a few years ago, and he does not rule out that there will be more than 10 departures this summer, and in that list might as well be some of the heavyweight players in the squad currently who are considered untouchable. Next, we have somewhat of a continuation of the previous news, but this one is a report by another outlet, Mundo Deportivo. It states that Barcelona will meet with several representatives of the first team players next week. Possibly 8 to 10 players will be told to leave the club and look for a new destination, and maybe even more. For today's upcoming news roundup, we have once again a massive update, and this one too is reported by Spanish outlet Sport. The report states that Barcelona have finally decided to offload Sergi Roberto this summer. They will let the player look for a team and plan to sell him at the end of this season. Laporta considers that his stage at Barcelona has already come to an end, and both the parties must now move on for a better future. All these departures and major changes can be considered as a part of Joan Laporta's cleansing process of the squad, similar to the one that took place in his locker room in 2003 and 2008 during his first tenure as the president. Up next, we might have some good news for the Barcelona fans. As reported by Mundo Deportivo, President Joan Laporta had conveyed a message to Riqui Puig after winning the elections on the 7th of March. On the first occasion he had to greet the player, he told Puig that if he kept laughing, Laporta would make him triumph at his boyhood club, Barcelona. Now, we all know that when Ronald Koeman had arrived as the manager of Barcelona at the beginning of the 2020-2021 season, he advised Puig to take a move away from the Camp Nou on loan, because he certainly was not going to get much playing time under Koeman. However, being a true Barcelona fan, Puig had refused to take any such move, and he was determined to prove himself at his boyhood club, Barcelona. Now, while we as fans praised Riqui Puig for this attitude, Ronald Koeman had probably seen this as an act of defiance, which is the reason why he allowed Puig even further less playing time on the pitch. Now, Joan Laporta's comments have once again confirmed the same suspicions that we have been having for the last few days. Ronald Koeman might not continue as a Barcelona manager after this season. For the next news update, we have official confirmation by the club that Pedri Gonzalez has been granted permission to start his holiday. He will not be available for the last game against Eibar. The 18-year-old prodigy has played 52 games in his debut season at the club, a remarkable achievement for such a young player. Up next, we have a piece of some really interesting news, as Matthias Pogba, the brother of Manchester United star Paul Pogba, has made some very speculative comments about his brother's future. Speaking in an interview with El Chiringuito TV, Matthias said that he hopes his brother signs for Barcelona one day. Now, that's all the news we have today. Now, moving on to the transfer roundup. For the first one, we have a report by Spanish outlet Sport, and it says that Barcelona have reached a total agreement with Sergio Aguero. The Argentine forward will sign for 2 seasons with a very feasible salary. Everything is almost confirmed, and only the final details of the contract need to be closed for Sergio Aguero to move to Barcelona. Barring any surprises, his switch to the Catalan club will be fully completed after the Champions League final. Aguero could undergo his medical tests at the club on the 31st of May. The signing is currently pending a few small details that will hopefully be finalized in the upcoming days. Aguero will earn at least 58.3% less salary than what he currently does at Manchester City. Cuatro reports that Lionel Messi really likes the signing of Sergio Aguero on a free deal, and right now his plan is to stay at Barcelona. There is nothing else for now, as both parties are working on the final agreements. For the next transfer update, we have a report by journalist Fernando Polo of Mundo Deportivo. Junior Firpo isn't short of suitors. Clubs like Inter Milan, AC Milan, Roma, Napoli, West Ham and Olympique Marseille are all interested in securing the services of the left back. Current Olympique Marseille manager Jorge Sampaoli has specifically asked for the services of the player. Up next, we have a report by Mundo Deportivo. According to the Spanish news outlet, Barcelona would be delighted with an exchange with Atletico Madrid between Joao Felix and Griezman. The Portuguese is 9 years younger and earns 3 times less. Exchanges in general will be key for Barcelona this summer transfer window. The Blaugrana have opened the door for Griezmann in a possible operation. In a time of global economic crisis, the exchange is an option that Barcelona contemplate heavily. However, Atletico Madrid president Enrique Cerezo has completely denied any such deal. Speaking in a press interview, he said that a swap deal involving Griezmann and Joao Felix is a topic that is completely invented by the press. Felix is going to be one of the best players wherever he goes, but he wants to play for Atletico and Griezmann wants to play for Barcelona. For the next transfer roundup, we have some really shocking news. According to Mundo Deportivo, Barcelona have always liked Alvaro Morata, and although the striker has many options to continue at Juventus, he could be an affordable option for the Blaugrana this summer. Morata has an uncertain future at the Serie A outfit, and he is already linked to the Catalan club. He could be an affordable option for the club. Also, his representative Juan Lopez has a very good relationship with Matthew Alemany and Ramon Planes. Adding fuel to the fire for our next transfer roundup, we have a report by Spanish outlet Sport, and it says that Juventus have Griezmann on their radar in case Cristiano Ronaldo leaves the club and goes on to follow some new challenge. The Italian side's financial situation is delicate, making a loan deal more attractive. However, the best option being considered is the one already mentioned in the previous transfer roundup, a swap deal between Morata and Griezmann. For our next transfer roundup, we have a report by French news outlet Le Temps Sport that says that Pjanic has been offered around 2 clubs in Europe, with Barcelona looking to offload him once the transfer window reopens. Chelsea and PSG are both reportedly interested in signing the Barcelona outcast on loan this summer, following what has been a miserable debut campaign for the experienced midfielder. Up next, we have a report by Sport, and this one states that Getafe want to sign Carlos Aleñá permanently, and Barcelona are open to this. The Catalans will ask for 8 million euros, but they also want to reserve a buyback option on the La Masia graduate. Next up, we have yet another report by Sport, and this one is about outgoing Barcelona goalkeeper Luis Neto Murara. The report says that Everton will try and sign Neto this summer. Barcelona's asking fee for the goalkeeper is 16 million euros. Next, we have confirmation from reliable journalist Jose Alvarez that Aguero, Dipe, Eric Garcia and Emerson Royal are all close to joining Barcelona. Joan Laporta, on top of all these things, wants to sign a top centre-back. He likes Matthijs de Ligt and Aymeric Laporte. Up next, we have a report by Madrid-based newspaper Marca. OGC Nice have confirmed that they will activate the buyout clause for Joan Clair Todibo this summer. The transfer fee could reach up to 15 million euros, 8.5 million fixed fee plus 7 million in variables. The French centre-back was initially loaned out by Barcelona to SL Benfica, after which he moved to OGC Nice. For the next transfer roundup, we have some really surprising news. According to Mundo Deportivo, Eric Garcia may not be the only Manchester City player to return to Barcelona this summer. Barça are also working to sign former La Masia midfielder Adrian Bernabé, who is 19 years of age, in this summer. Bernabé's contract expires next month, making him a very attractive market opportunity. The idea is to sign and register him for Barcelona B, but with first team dynamics, it is also not ruled out that he could leave on loan. Now that's all for today's episode. I hope you guys found this video informative. If you enjoyed it, then please subscribe to our channel and hit that bell icon to turn on the notifications. We post interesting content like this every single day, and I assure you, you will absolutely love it. Now on our last episode, we asked for a total of 300 likes and you guys absolutely smashed that thumbs up button. So in this episode, the target remains the same. Please Killers, get us to 300 likes on this episode as well. It is your support that keeps us going and it means the world to us. Now in order to value the contribution of our subscribers and viewers, we have decided to give away official Barcelona merchandise to 2 of our dedicated subscribers once we hit 5,000 subs on YouTube. So make sure that you share this channel's link with your like-minded Blaugrana friends and ask them to subscribe to our channel as well. Also, make sure that you check out all of our other social media handles as well on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. Now that's all we have today. I'll see you tomorrow. Visca al Barça, Visca al Catalunya.